Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. Computer Chips and People is a civil rights issue. This channel raises awareness about victims of illegal human experimentation, who are also known as non-consensual human test subjects. These victims complain of being targeted by directional energy weapons. They complain of being covertly implanted with soft robotics and tracking tools such as RFID chips. In these videos, you'll hear them talk about the obstacles of getting elected officials to form a task force to help them out. And so I created a GoFundMe page. So if people want to support this channel, they can. All they have to do is type in support victim of illegal human experimentation. They could also find a link to this GoFundMe page by going to this YouTube channel's About Me section, and the link will be right there. And so in today's presentation, I'm going to be talking about facial recognition. And facial recognition means that a video, closed circuit TV captured or placed biomarkers on a person to come up with a profile, a biometric profile that identifies a human being. And so those biomarkers are stored in a database, usually monitored by law enforcement. However, facial recognition, voice recognition is a tool used to select persons for non-consensual human experimentation. And so this presentation is of value and provides a lot of context, because many victims look like iconic hip hop figures that are currently in the news. And so later on in this presentation, or another section of this presentation, you'll hear from someone who looks identical to Stevie J, who is a bad boy recording artist, producer for Puff Daddy. So this is a history in the making presentation. Please stay tuned, watch all parts or sections of this presentation and share it. And with that said, let's start. Okay, so we start off this presentation by looking at Georgetown Law. Georgetown Law is a law school that's located in Washington, D.C. It's located right by the U.S. House of Representatives, the state capitol, and the White House. So they play a major role in helping to shape policy. And Georgetown Law has a specific department called Center on Privacy and Technology. And so they go over national security law, they go over the Patriot Act, they also go over problems with problems inherent in the law that, you know, defend against counterterrorism, but also I guess violates people's civil liberties. And so with regards to, you know, the targeted individual community, the community of non-consensual human test subjects, facial recognition is a tool used to select citizens for illegal human experimentation and ultimately get them tortured for life. And so a few years back, Georgetown University Center for Privacy and Technology, they ran an investigation on facial recognition, and they wrote a report. And what they found was that law enforcement, specifically the New York City Police Department, they abused facial recognition technologies. So let's look more into that. And so the Daily Mail Co. UK got a hold of the Georgetown report on facial recognition abuse by the NYPD, and they said the following in a caption: NYPD under fire for using photos of celebrities such as Woody Harrelson to help its facial recognition systems track down suspects who look like them. So in this screenshot to the left, you see a profile of Woody Harrelson, a frontal profile, and then to the right is a suspect that the NYPD is trying to track, and they felt that he looked like Woody Harrelson, so they cloned features of Woody Harrelson to the to parts of the profile to create a complete picture of the suspect, making it easier for them to track down the suspect. Now, within the targeted individual community is an unprecedented number of African American men. They are targeted now, and they look just like iconic hip hop figures. In the community, we have lookalikes of Stevie J. We have lookalikes of Snoop Dogg, Method Man. We have lookalikes of rappers from the Jungle Brothers. We have lookalikes of members from the Wu-Tang. And we also have victims who don't know they were targeted but now deceased, who look like Puff Daddy and Biggie Smalls. So this report that was released many years ago is very relevant in helping the public understand which agencies are involved in targeting members of the African American community. So the Daily Mail Co. UK listed the following points from the Georgetown report, and they read as follows. NYPD uses celebrity likenesses to identify suspects with facial recognition. A new report says one NYPD detective matched a suspect with Woody Harrelson. The report also details how the police doctor images to make them identifiable. Revelations have led to more privacy experts calling the use irresponsible. So here's more on the story. The celebrity match was sent back to the investigating officers, and someone who was not Woody Harrelson was eventually arrested for petty larceny. There are no rules when it comes to what images police can submit to facial recognition algorithms to generate investigative leads. As a consequence, agencies across the country can and do submit all matters of probe photos. A man who looked just like Woody Harrelson targeting myself in 2013. So that was 11 years ago. And this man also looked like a Russian version of Woody Harrelson. But if you take a look at the man's height, his biometrics, his forehead, his eyes, you can't see his nose and lips. He looks just like Woody Harrelson. And so in 2013, I had just gotten off of my shift on that particular day that I saw this man. I just got off my shift from a political job, and I boarded the train, and this man was able to track me, target me, and torture me. And he used his device to focus in on my face, my chest, and my private areas on the New York City train.